Welcome to the Let's Play for Lord of Rigel. So this is showing off version 1.0, and a couple of things you can do since early access is actually be able to change the UI color scheme after some user requests. So we're going to play as the warrior-like Catraxi in a old, anomaly, heavy, mineral poor galaxy that's a spiral, about average difficulty. So this gives a pretty good chance for more habitable planets and pretty good setup of, minerals not being the greatest. So one of the options we have is auto-explore, and what we're going to get started with is actually going to be biospheres to get your population a little bit higher. And, just start going through some turns here as we get started exploring the galaxy. So yeah, after about a year and a half early access, and last couple of weeks since release, getting a lot of hot fixes thanks to all of your feedback. At a point where we have a lot of the core things that we were hoping to do with the game done, and at this point, over the next year or so, we want to keep working on quality of life improvements and some minor content updates over the year. So for this, probably going to play about 100 turns or so, and here we get to show off some star system view and one of the white dwarf stars here. And here's a neutron star, which has a pretty nice looking desert planet that's, again, pretty mineral poor. And here in Planets, when you get a good idea of what sort of planets are there. It can also be used for outlining and planning to send colony ships when you're in galaxy view. So far, not encountering any space monsters. Oh, but we did find a lost colony. Anyway, we're going to colonize this desert planet there. And desert planets, of course, get a little bit of a higher building maintenance costs than like an Earth-like planet. And turn on auto build. It'll set up an armor barracks, which will get rid of the morale penalties that you get for having a dictatorship. And we'll use the Empire menu to set that all up, and it will auto build housing on the capital. And that gives you a good sense of fuel range here, with the extended range being the darker color and the lighter green being standard fuel range. And scouts and the colony ships and other support ships all wind up having extended fuel tanks, so they go and use maximum range. And of course, haven't encountered any factions yet, so diplomacy is still a little empty. Yeah, ooh, looks like we got a morale bonus. So that should increase production and output on that new colony for a little bit. And we've just hit all the planets we can possibly reach with Auto Explorer. Okay, so Diab, that looks like a really nice planet. So we'll want to get, yeah, that Terran planet, we want to get something to colonize it, so yeah, we can set up a colony base inside of that same system. And we got biospheres. And we'll get research labs next. Catraxi get a pretty big penalty for their research, and of course had a leader that popped up, but we don't really need a Catraxi leader providing ground combat bonuses. So we'll pull out the housing from there so we can build the biospheres. And it looks like our morale bonus just ended after a couple of turns. And we got a really nice bonus there. So that really nice planet Diab just turned into a Gaia planet. So that gives even more food and population bonuses. And showing off a little bit of auto turn real quick, which can be really useful for players to go through multiple turns if you're just queuing up ships or things like that and not expecting a lot of like hostile action or crises. So it looks like we're about middle for the factions right now on the Empire ranking. That should be pretty helpful, doubling food production, which will help with population growth, especially with those newly constructed biospheres. And it looks like one of the AIs has been expanding pretty rapidly. So some factions expand pretty quickly. Tulaks have tolerance and can inhabit any planet. Aranids get pretty big food and population bonuses. So if they're not boxed in a spiral, that could result in them being really good on expansion. The Select and the Synth are not particularly great at expansion because Synths are as exiles without a homeworld, so they get a massive penalty on their initial start. So there's some definite cases where species might be at a disadvantage. So Research Lab should help us out here, and then we'll get an extended fuel cell, which will increase our scouting range. Probably next thing we need to do is start building some outposts and start expanding on colonies as well. And yeah, I want to get that housing out of there so we can get that research lab built. But yeah, we'll do that next turn once we get that extra population in there. And we'll just buy that colony base outright. Get that back to auto build so we can get some research labs going. armored barracks set up, so that should help with that morale penalty for dictatorship. And then they can start getting research labs in place, which will really help speed up research a bit more. And now we can move out to 6 parsecs in distance. And also need to start thinking about weaponry, so... but probably first let's go with getting some BC bonuses so we can support a big fleet. And this will be a good leader to have. He'll provide a lot of bonuses to the economy, and these get applied empire-wide. Again, trying to reduce micromanagement, so you're, picking leaders for your whole empire. You're not picking somebody for just one planet. And now we can start expanding out, since we have an increased fuel range. I'm just going to kind of manually do the exploration. That shows that, yes, the range is quite a bit bigger. In fact, getting out of our spiral arm. And looks like we are getting somebody who's expanding a lot more than we have. So this could get pretty interesting pretty quickly once we encounter some other species. But it looks like we're kind of in a nice isolated pocket here. And we'll do a little auto-explore. Alright. Yeah, we got some lasers. That should be useful for point defense. And let's get a couple outpost ships and a couple colony ships. You move stuff up and down the queue. You can also shift click to add more things in a row. And I also set that to an industry colony focus so that we're maximizing the production. So again, instead of moving individual population around here, again, you're a leader, you're the emperor, you're not moving individuals around, you're not sending transports between planets. What you're doing is saying what the overall focus is. You can direct, buildings as major projects and research, but again, it's about getting rid of micromanagement, especially in later games. So you can load and save different build queues, but it's not about moving sliders about your individual people. It's about setting overall, directives. Okay, so we got our outposts are chugging along. Biospheres are moving along. And we can use the planets menu to auto send things to different systems. So at this point, we'll be able to start expanding a bit more. We just got rail guns. We could do shields, or actually fighter base makes a lot more sense. Then we can have some carriers. Okay, we got a wormhole, which will take us near the galactic core. So let's take that all the way through. Try to get a foothold there. Ooh, first contact. Okay, yeah, Chillock are not exactly the best at using their words. And let's look at the Empires. Oh, these are the guys with 10 systems. That could be a problem, because we really haven't been building up our fleets. So let's make a couple of designs here. So let's do a destroyer. We don't really have any special systems, but we can do, let's think about this. Laser cannon, spiral mount lasers, maybe not the best. Okay, maybe a heavy mount forward extension. That way we can get some range there. Definitely need some point defense weapons to shoot down incoming missiles. Let's see what can cram in here. And then probably we want spinal mount railgun for long range sniping. We're gonna have to rework some of the space on this to get everything we want on this. Okay, so if we do, 2 laser cannons, then we can do a nuclear bomb. Okay, that should be pretty good. Let's give it a name like, Devastator. Oops, there we go. Alright, we'll build that. So that gives us a design. And then let's build a cruiser. Let's get some fighters on this. How many can we fit on this? Alright. That's a pretty straightforward design. We'll just call it a carrier. Alright. Well, let's see. We're going to need to start building this. So, okay, we can... Yeah... probably some of the housing there. Yeah, nobody's really built up that well yet. Alright, we'll hold off on trying to build the ships. Start getting some trade depots set up. Those will set up some more BCs. That way we can use those to support our fleets. If we research some techs like Merchant Navy, that will increase the bonus from the outposts. So that gives us a pretty good economic base where then we can support the maintenance costs of having the fleet. Alright, let's see. What are some good places to send outposts to? Yeah, there's a couple more places we can send them to. And we'll keep some of that scout out a little further. Okay, automated constructor is really good. And we'll do battle pods instead of troop pods. Although troop pods would let us be able to invade planets without needing separate troop transports. And we'll get the automated constructors set up. And we'll queue up a bunch of colony ships. And another. Okay. So you got another lost colony. Looks like these cats put a lot of lost colonies all over the place. We'll start sending these outposts to, again, get a foothold. We'll send that one over. Yeah, we'll send that one there. And we'll need to build another one to get a foothold on the other side of that wormhole, so that we can start moving things around there too. another wormhole there. That takes us to the other end of the spiral arm, so we can see what's over there. Oh, looks like our leader's been ranking up. So that will increase the bonus that they have. So we'll just move back through the wormhole. And, let's see. Probably want to get our sensors a little bit better so we can start seeing ships, especially with the 2-lock. And we'll get another trade depot set up. Starbase built there. And we'll get a couple outpost ships queued up there. And then we'll get some shields researched. Or... actually, no, we'll increase population. Okay, we'll get this outpost set up here. And yeah, we'll keep getting some exploration done over on that end. Okay, Merchant Navy, that will wind up increasing our outcomes for trade depots. Okay, so we're number 2 on industrial ranking. We don't need a diplomat. Okay, we'll get that ocean planet colonized. We'll set up a research station here. Oh, that's nice. We got a couple of new technologies out of that. So far, pretty lucky. Positive events, no space monsters. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of keep building things up. Okay, here we go. We got that nice ocean planet. Get some auto build going there. Oh, okay, we got some piracy going on here. Okay. So yeah, we've expanded a bit. Yeah, let's go engage these pirates. Alright. So got a couple of nuclear missiles that we're going to be out of ammo pretty quickly. And we're already out of ammo. But we can use chase cam. And we got a couple of different AI settings we can use for engagement. So like strafing or circling around them. So I'll try to close in with our little kinetic energy weapon. And they're shooting at us with rail guns. And we are outnumbered 3-1. So, and there comes a bunch of anti-missile rockets, which can actually cause damage. Okay, so we're gonna try, get in a little closer, see if we can get some good engagement. Hopefully get through that rocket spam. Okay, pretty lucky so far. They've been missing us. And, ooh, that took a pretty strong hit onto the armor. Yeah, we're taking a bit of a beating here if we're close in, and we may not be able to make it through this. Alright, we can... Well, let's see. Yeah, we can do some evasives. This may make more sense to just retreat, because I don't think we're going to make it through this engagement. Yeah, we're going to get... Yep, we're just going to warp out here. Alright, so, we retreated. So yeah, we're going to start building these ships to get some forces that can take out those pirates. Actually, it was a pretty big bonus to our trade depots. And we're about 87 turns in, so probably gonna call this around turn 100, or after taking those pirates out. All right, so we got 2 colony ships. We'll just use the planner here. Can sort by. So we got some decent tundras. So yeah, abundant. We got a minimal. So let's see, anything else that looks good? Okay. So yeah, we'll just send it to that planet. All right, that should cover those. We'll just kind of keep expanding. Okay, we got a bunch of outpost ships. Yeah, we want to get one there. So send that one through the wormhole. And we got these 3, so yeah, let's get these guys. Let's see what looks good. Okay, we got, yeah, that system. Pagani, we'll send one there. Karanhi. That one looks good. Yeah, we'll do that. And yeah, I think that covers it. Alright, there we go. Alright, we'll build the outpost on this end. Ooh, looks like, yeah, we're inside the Tulok border. They may not be happy about it, but, you know, if they're isolationists, they might not be too aggressive. Okay, tactical scanner is a pretty nice system that will add to beam attack. So yeah, I got another outpost set up here out of this gas giant. Okay, we got a whole bunch more outpost ships here. So sending those off to a couple of different systems so we can keep increasing fuel range. Let's see. Okay, that is out of range. Can send it there. So once we have increased fuel range, we can go other places. And this one we can actually start auto-exploring now that we've got a foothold out up there. Although we're probably going to need to get some defensive fleets out there in case Chillock side to start getting a little aggressive. But yeah, we gotta get these fleets built. Alright. Get good colony set up on the Mars-like mineral planet. Which, you know, down the road, probably need to get some terraforming tech and start making it a much nicer planet. So we've got tactical scanner. Let's see what makes sense to go for next. Yeah, we can get some agriculture going. That should help with our population growth. Because again, population is kind of the one big important thing. It sets up your galactic council votes and kind of everything else. So basically, you just got to keep population going up. And yeah, tundras can produce food, so we'll just kind of keep doing those. Ooh, they put a fleet there, so yeah, it's just an outpost, so they haven't attacked it, so they're not trying to start war. But yeah, it's not ideal. But okay, we got one cruiser. Yeah, we need to start building more of them, get our forces bigger, so that then that should hopefully convince them not to attack. After all, they are a bit bigger than us right now. They definitely got more ships than we do. Okay, so I think that's got us set there. Microbiotics, that should really help with our population growth. So we're going to go with that next. And keep getting trade depots out so we can support a much bigger fleet. Ooh, okay. So it looks like we have just encountered the Rigellans at the Galactic Core. Yeah, they're a little condescending. Alright, get some nice tundra planets. Yeah, filter rate build. Okay, that way we can get, yeah, Xeno eggs set up on both of those. Get the food production boosted a bit. And we'll get another trade depot set up. Oh, they want a trade treaty. Okay. Okay, so Synth has shown up, and they're being a bit isolationist. Okay, that doesn't look like they've expanded too much. At least, you know, compared to the two locks. And it's going to take a bit for the trade tree to set up. Okay, so it looks like the two locks have decided to back off. Of course, they haven't built any spies yet, so it's possible that they're aware of us building up fleets either from spies or their sensor range. Alright, well, let's get some payback on these pirates, but let's see how long until we're going to get some more ships here. Let's get the Xeno eggs going. Okay, one more thing. Yeah, we can get one more built there. Okay. Yeah, we'll continue some exploration with that ship. Okay, we still got one more turn. Alright, get some battleship construction tech going so we can build some bigger ships. Which, of course, we'll need to have star bases to be able to build the bigger ships, so we gotta start getting those set up. Okay, 5 destroyers. Yeah, we'll send those there. That way, we got a presence on the border with the two locks, which will hopefully keep them from being too aggressive. Because, yeah, they got that arm and the core pretty well buttoned down. Alright. Okay, another system with pirates. We are not going to engage. Okay, they want a trade treaty as well. Okay. Alright, we built that up a bit more, so let's send that in. We'll get a little bit of payback on those pirates. They didn't take out our ship, but, still good. Okay, so get some more colony ships going. We'll also get some spies built. Not going to deny the enemy a little bit of info if they've been using spies to get a good sense of where our fleets are. So, again, unlike some 4Xs, unless a species is like the older species or the Alkai, which have omniscience, they're all operating under the exact same fog of war as the player. So spies provide a lot of information. It's really useful. The AI will use spies for that and for sabotage, and they can and will frame you for their actions on other factions, and you can do the same. But they're not magically creating new colony ships out of thin air. They have to scout systems, they have to explore and expand, and follow basically the same rules that you do. So other than aggression tweaks and on the really high difficulties, a couple of economic bonuses here and there, it's operating by the exact same rules as you, the player. Alright, so we got the Aranids. And, I mean, players can make really unbalanced custom species. So, you know, again, could be viewed as, you know, the base species are pretty nerfed compared to that, but they're all pretty well balanced. Oh, and it looks like there is a space monster going after the Chillock, so that might explain why they've withdrawn to, is instead of trying to blockade, they seem to have their own problems with monster encounters. So again, you have, you know, static ones that protect systems that tend to have bonuses, and you have other types of monsters that are more dynamic that start appearing in the mid game, which, you know, we've just kind of crossed that threshold. And again, either trade or research treaties are kind of the opener that the AI likes to use to start building a relationship. And it also causes ongoing increases in research points and in diplomatic relation points as well. In this case, set up a research one with the synth. They want a little bit of money for it. And now we are going to take these guys out. Alright. Now, let's... There we go. We'll just get some... And there's our fighters. And again, tactical is real time with pause. And so yeah, you can see anti-missile rockets also get shot at to intercept things like fighters, so that provides a screen against them. We'll see how good our fighters are doing. And okay, they did a bit of damage and they took out the reactor core on that pirate ship. Alright, we'll just change the engagement rules a little. And there you can, you know, change your rotation with that. And yeah, don't have any real computer upgrades, but, you know, Catrax to get some bonuses. So they're doing not too bad with their laser weapons and those fighters. And we took out the pirates. So we got a little bit of revenge there. Alright, well, let's take out the next set there. Okay, 5 destroyers. Not seeing a lot of action from the 2 Lux right now. But if we start building up some spies and start assigning them, that will give us a really good sense of where their fleets are and a few other things. Let's see, ionic torpedoes. So those are direct fire torpedoes that don't seek targets. So they kind of act like beam weapons, but they're using the missile hit calculations instead. Alright, I'll engage these guys. And you can see that's a neutron star, so that's why we got the nice radioactive purple glow. And same sort of composition of the pirate fleet. And let's see what the pirates doing. Okay, firing off the railguns and the missile rockets. So again, you know, really Relatex, okay, so they're keeping back. Yeah, different ship systems and weapons have a lot of flexibility and customization. Some of the techs let you teleport, you can fire when cloaked, you can shoot missiles that are cloaked, so they can't be easily intercepted by point defense. Alright, so that is 2 sets of pirates taken out. So, and of course, later in the game when you start getting galactic tension from acts like blowing up planets, taking out monsters will reduce that tension. Okay, well, yeah, we'll align with the Rigellans here. We do not have the biggest fleet. Okay, well, that could also mean there might be some Aranid Tulok tensions going on. Well, we're at about 125 turns, so I'm going to call this good for a night and for a little Let's Play to show people the early game of Lord of Rigel. So stop and right as things are getting interesting in a large, slower-paced galaxy. But, yeah, not the biggest faction. All right. Thank you, everybody, for taking your time to watch this.